Let's take a quick look at how you can work with music and video files on this devices. For music on the Android, you have a special application. It's called Music here. You get to scroll between all these covers, so it looks quite nice. Just pick one and then play. Go back to homepage. You have the widget here. You can easily pause the clip, and you also have the widget here in notification system. Go back, you can then shuffle all clips, and not sure how you can adjust sound from the player itself, but you can now go on homepage and scroll easily skip between tracks like this, so quite nice. While on the iPod you have this particular application, doesn't look as nice as it does on Android. Still, I believe it's a little bit more functional. You get to adjust volume from here, pretty easy. Just got to play clip, the track, skip tracks between tracks quite easily. Get to share, to make new playlists, and here are your playlists organized based on music, podcast, and a couple of other third-party customized playlists. You can search content, sort content by artist, by albums, by composer, and all this kind of stuff. Of course, you can search between content. Plus, you can easily buy content from iTunes, which is not something you can on the Android, because there aren't many official places where you can buy content for Android HoneyComb tablets right now. Still, there are third-party apps that will allow you to do this. Now, dealing with clips, there is the Gallery app on Android, where you get both movies and pictures and camera shots. Here there are the movies. You have here a couple of movies. On this one you have Videos app, which is only for video content. You will be able to play only MOV files on this one. However, they will work quite okay, including 1080p MOV files. Shouldn't be a problem. For instance, what we have here, we have two 720p MOV files. Let's go ahead and play one of them. You see that there's a pretty solid experience here. There's the same player as the one used for YouTube. You can easily surf and seek in the clip. Plays very nice, no problem here. And you can stretch the content. This is actually a problem because the iPad comes with a 4.3 aspect ratio. You get this big black margins on top, and on the bottom you can stretch the content like this if you want. However, you're going to lose all the things that are on the side, so that's something I recommend. While on this device you should be able to play the clips from here. This is a 1080p MKV file. You can add MKV files, and you can add let's go back actually. You can add all kind of different types of files. We'll play AV files and pretty much all these types of files. I'm trying to find a 720p. So this is a 720p MOV file. Trying to see how this one works. See that it takes a little bit to load, and it's actually not working. It should display thumbnails for these clips, but it's not really working with these clips right now. So I can go in File Manager. Oh, actually it did load eventually. Here it is. But you can see it skips frames. Took a little bit of time to load, and it skips frames, and sound is laggy. So there are right now some problems with HD playing capabilities of this particular tablet, which is a pity because you have a good resolution and you should be able to play at least 720p content fairly okay. Also, let's take a quick look at pictures. You have the same application on Android and a different application on the iPad. So here is an application you have here. You can search, you can easily scroll between pictures. You can see how nice it moves. Of course, you can scroll like this as well. It's pretty fast, pretty nice. And this one, you have the pictures here as well. Just wait for them to load. I'm not really sure why it takes that long. It shouldn't take that long. It should actually work a little bit better, and in the end, when they're going to load, you will be able to scroll between them. But this is not something that's happening right now, so I believe that we have to restart this one and give it another try. Okay, I restarted the device and now it's working. This is how you get to display pictures on this device. You can see that pretty much same thing, but looks a little bit better on Android. Let's go ahead and open a picture. You can easily scroll between pictures like this, and you can scroll between should be able to scroll between thumbnails. Actually, you can't, just have to select them. So interface is not as intuitive as on this one, and definitely doesn't work as fast as on this one on the iPad in terms of pictures. Okay, let's also go ahead and give a quick look at the browser. Let's open a browser here on this one, and let's go on our blog, which is tabletby.com. Let's load it. Open browser on this one as well. And here we are. You can see that both managed to load the site quite okay, and you can easily scroll around and pinch to zoom and something like this. All these gestures work just fine. This browser, however, comes with tabbing on the top part, just like on the browser you get on your computer. So it's very easy to use. Just now go on another site. I'm going to pick honda.com. Going to show you something here. This browser supports flash playing. Okay, let's go back. This one supports flash playing, however this one doesn't. You can see that here should be a flash animation, or at least should. Let's see, in settings its flash is enabled. Okay, it is enabled. Okay, so there is a flash animation here on this device, while on this one there is only a still picture because it doesn't support flashing. Of course, if you want to string content from inside a post. Oh, but by the way, this one comes with tapping as well. However, the system is not that simple to use. Just have to go on this particular icon, press this icon, go to the screen and change between apps. It's way faster on this one because you can add a new tab like this and change between tabs like this, just like you do on your computer browser, like I said. Okay, let's go ahead now and try and run in post clip on both of these. This one supports flash, so it will load. This is a YouTube clip. It will load the YouTube default clip. You can go ahead and press play, and should start working pretty soon here. I'm not really sure why it's not working. This one loads the HTML5 player. You can see that it's faster. Scrolling is very fast as well. You can go full screen like this with just two fingers. Pinch to zoom and go full screen.
Press it like this. And you have here this locking mechanism, and in order to know that
so it's a little bit different still. This one has bugs as well. Not sure what really happened there. Should be able to go full screen and back. Let's go ahead and try.
Hi guys, this is Mike at tabletby.com, and we're here today with the Asus Pod Transformer. First, we're going to take a quick look at the device and
should be able to go full screen. Okay, like this.
And then
this is full screen.
To have
this is back.
With details about
and the idea is that on this one you can't select between video quality like you can on this one, but still this one hasn't loaded. Not sure why, but you can select between image qualities on this one. While on this one you can't. Plus you can play pretty much all the content from pretty much store everywhere, while this one will only be able to play content from sites that support HTML embedding, like YouTube, Vimeo, and a couple of others, but not that many. Now let's take a quick look at the markets for both these devices as well. You have Google Android market on this one, and the iTunes App Store for the iPad, of course. I'm not going to go over details of how they look. Both are pretty easy to use and pretty intuitive. However, on the Android you have way less applications than you have on the iOS. For instance, let's search iPad, and let's see, we get 85,000 applications. And let's go search HoneyComb on this one. And these are only the iPad apps here, iPad apps. And we search HoneyComb and we got only 200 results. So that doesn't mean there are 200 applications only for HoneyComb devices. So that means Android devices with a bigger display. But in most cases, this pretty much summarizes how things go. You get way more applications on the iPad than you get on an Android HoneyComb tablet right now. Of course, most of the good applications on the iPad are paid. You have to pay for them, while on the Android some very good applications are free actually, so applications which are paid for Android for iPad are free on the Android. However, there are applications that there are in many domains there are applications lacking for Android devices. While on the iPad you have a bigger number of apps to choose from. I believe this in time will change once Android devices get more popular, but right now it's this is a very big problem, the lack of dedicated applications for this particular device, and actually this particular device, for this particular OS, for Android HoneyComb 3.0. Okay, so this is pretty much all the things I wanted to show you about these two OSs, Android HoneyComb 3.0 and iOS for iPad. This is what you will have on tablets in the near future. As a wrap up, both these OSs are pretty good right now, HoneyComb and iOS. Of course, Android has more customization options, comes with better native applications from Google, comes with a better browser, allows you to use multiple types of content, more types of music, more types of audio content and videos. So it's overall a little more versatile than iOS. iOS is a locked OS that will only allow you to do specific things. For most users, this, however, should be enough. Experience, I believe it's better on the iOS, especially for new user and unexperienced. There is a steep learning curve on the Google's Android HoneyComb. Once you get to find out how it works and how all the apps work, it should be okay. But on the iPad, everything seems a lot more easy, a lot more straightforward from the beginning. And this is probably why so many prefer the iPad right now, especially like you saw, HoneyComb is still early, and sometimes it cracks, sometimes the OS freezes, sometimes applications are not working as they should, and there's actually no explanation why this happens. You have to restart the computer, your tablet, to restart your tablet, and maybe it will work after that, or if not, restart it again, maybe it will work after that eventually. Plus on iPad you got here right now a lot more applications that you don't for HoneyComb, but this is not really the bigger problem that Android tablets have right now, but the fact that the OS is inconsistent, and this will bother the everyday buyer is looking for a tablet right now. Of course, in time, with more and more devices coming with HoneyComb, the OS should get refined, more application will get in the store, and probably HoneyComb tablets will become more popular than the iPad. But for now, as of we're shooting this clip in May 2011, iOS and iPad is still the better choice for, I believe, 90% of the tablets enthusiasts out there, or the people actually going for a tablet, and sales numbers actually prove this as well. Okay, I believe this is pretty much all with our comparison between the HoneyComb OS on the Motorola Xoom and the iOS on the Apple iPad 2. For more details, you should go on the site on tabletbuy.com, where we have a lot of information about tablets and OSs for them, plus details on accessories and all kind of stuff. Thank you very much. That was Mike.